So, today's factspiration is... Name one cool feature you would add to your dream house. That's nice. One cool feature you would add to your dream house. All right. So, while you ruminate on that, would anybody, for a DM inspiration or a recap inspiration, excuse me, that doesn't count against your total inspiration, want to tell me what happened last time? If you're interested in doing such a thing, go ahead and roll a d20 into chat. Otherwise, I'll try my best to recall what transpired. Going once, going twice. Daniel, 16. All right, Daniel, going once, going twice. All right. So Daniel, tell us what happened.
All right, long story short, we fought Revenants.
True.
All right, but leading up to that, we traveled to Argynvostholt to seek out allies and information against our eternal struggle against the Dark Lord. We arrived to find a ruined manor, very spooky, with a large dragon statue in the front that when we knocked on the door, looked like it kind of wanted to come alive, but kind of didn't. Kind of like whatever magic or mechanic was making it all spooky, just didn't really have the heart in it. So we knocked, no answer. So we went inside, like you do. It was deathly quiet inside, as if of the grave. We looked around, eventually coming across what appeared to be some sort of chapel with 3 huge, 2.5 huge armored figures knelt in prayer. Upon being discovered, they didn't like it very well and was all like, "Get out, you defilers!" And so then things started to just go bananas. Shane dropped a chandelier on him, and it just went nuts from there. We did some attacking, they did some attacking. Little Danny DeVito, Revenant Boy, fought bravely, but was, in the end, that's the guy. He fought bravely, but it wasn't enough. Some of them, before leaving this mortal plane to go on break, swore vengeance against the party. But in the end, we were victorious against them and their ghostly buddies. Let's see, and after that, we reconvened in the chapel, to kind of catch our breath and decide what to do next, when we were met by another fancy undead boy who seemed to have a little better hookup at the salon. Yeah, that guy. And he introduced him as Sir Godfrey Gwilyn, and he wanted to talk to us about the Dark Lord. And that's what happened last week on Curse of Strahd.
Wonderful. I will put a recap inspiration on your sheet. All right. So, if you're interested in answering the fact inspiration question, go ahead and roll a d20 into chat. Name one cool feature you would add to your dream house. Okay, two from Shane Masters. Going once, going twice. Oh, Darius blazing in with the 17. Going once, going twice. Okay.
I needed for my
going once,
checks.
Going twice, and all right. What do you got? What would you put in your dream house? What's a cool feature of your dream house? I don't think I've ever had this question come up in all the games that I've been running.
There's a couple of celebrities that have like big ass garages, multiple cars, whatnot. I think Darius would also add in a I guess it is kind of already a garage, but like a service garage where he would actually be able to do like modifications and stuff like that at his house.
That'd be cool. All right, yeah, I can see that. All right, you may ask the same question of any NPC that you met previously in the campaign.
If they had a house, I'd be curious what Aragol would do.
Oh, if Aragol had a house, okay. Well, I mean, he's got his Varda.
But they're kind of like a caravan, aren't they? Moving around
Yeah,
place to
fair,
place.
fair. Man, what would
If you
Aragol
actually
have
put
if
down
he had?
roots.
Okay, Aragol had a house. Well, he took care of, quote unquote, took care of the death house on Earth. You know, keeping it nice. So I mean, he's familiar with having a house. He would want a really great backyard. Yeah, he would want a really great backyard patio area, like real nice fire pit, gazebo, veranda, all them features that would make being outside as comfortable and enjoyable as possible. Because even if he had a house, I think he'd spend most of his time outside anyways, just out of habit. So, yeah, he would want a nice backyard. Maybe a hedge maze. Put some monsters in there. You know, that'd be pretty cool. Who wouldn't want a hedge maze full of monsters? All right. So I will add your factspiration die, and then I guess we'll just jump right back into it. So, okay. Sorry about my initial grumpiness with the technology. It's just sometimes it gets so tiring. Like you're so reliant on the technology, and the technology is just like, I don't know if I feel it, bro. Not really feeling it today. On the same note, I re-imported all of the Argon Vostalt maps, and I fixed them. So there's that. Last week you could like see all kinds of stuff you weren't supposed to see, and handouts weren't working and stuff. So hopefully this week that is not going to be a problem. So I'll go ahead and put you guys back in. And we'll change out the music and we'll get going. All right. All right. Activate the map. Okay, so you guys are in the chapel. This dude is up on the balcony, like 20 feet up. And now, can you guys see all the little map icons like you could before?
Nope.
Nope? Alright, sweet. Okay. But that means I can show you these lovely handouts that I couldn't show you last week. Yay. Look, look how beautiful.
Yep, no,
yeah.
I've got the door tokens that are labeled. Player tokens can leave this area, things like that.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to see those.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a chandelier? Look at that. Oh wait, sorry, it's on the ground. Someone shot it, but still, that was before it was attacked. Yeah. I don't know. I think he worked super. He liked this particular map so much, Benios, that he remade it, which is why the stuff wasn't working, because I went and got the new version of it, but I didn't set the new version up correctly, which is why stuff was all busted and everything. Anywho, yeah, continuing the conversation, the guy said, I'll tell you everything next week, and then, you know, we broke the fourth wall and we ended the session. Okay. So the guy looks down at you, after promising that he knows a way to return the sun. Anna had a weird, Dana flashback, which was kind of weird, triggered by the memory of the sun. Those of you from the Pacific Northwest, you do remember what the sun is. It shows up about 3 months out of the year in the Pacific Northwest, so you do know what it looks like. So that promise hangs heavy in the air. And he also explained to you, to kind of build on the recap, that the Order no longer seeks the destruction of Strahd. Instead, they seek the eternity of Strahd. They want Strahd to never die, so that he is forced to live out his curse forever. Godfrey is one of the only members of the Order who has worked hard to maintain his sanity and his sense of self and minimize the number of times that he has come back, because every time these dudes die, they're forced to either go back to their corpse, or if their corpse is no longer viable, they have to steal a corpse and come back. And the more they do, the more frayed their souls and their minds become. So that's the whole situation. He also explained to you that the leader of the Order, Commander Vladimir Horngard, is the one who has been completely consumed with hatred and malice, and there's no longer oaths of devotion, but just oaths of vengeance. Yeah, look at that role playing, using the mechanics to role play. So Sir Godfrey continues and says, let me check my notes. He says, if the restoration of the sun is something that you would like to see, the true light of the morning Lord once again shining upon this land, I can guide you towards such a goal. And he just kind of stares at all of you, not breathing because he's undead.
So, doing so would definitely put us in the crosshairs of the Dark Lord.
Absolutely. His kind can ill abide the true sun. They would be forced to hide from the daylight, only able to come out at night, unable to abuse this false sun the dark powers have created for them.
And what would happen to you all?
I would hope that the shining light of the sun, the restoration of Argynvost, would cleanse the madness from my allies, that they could once again see with pure hearts and clear eyes our original oaths and vows, that they would rise up one more time to put an end to his tyranny.
So, I guess, what do you know? How we do this?
By now it is no secret. The original leader of our order, Argynvost, for whom this great keep is named, was no mere human. He was a dragon. A silver dragon. A great crusader of light and life and good. He assumed his true form when we went to battle against the Dark Lord and his minions, in a bid to cleanse the land of his evil and free it from darkness. Unfortunately, his army of undead demon monstrosities and giants was more than we could handle. Argynvost fell. The Order fought to the last man, and not a single member of our Order fled the field of battle. As we died that day, the strength of our oaths would not let us be consumed by the darkness. We rose again, and again, and again, But in the time it took for our souls to renew, Argynvost's body was mutilated, hacked to pieces, fed to monsters, divvied up for ritual components, made into weapons. Where had his soul gone, his spirit? The Dark Lord is a great warlord, it is known. But he is also a necromancer. He bound Argynvost's soul to his skull. And using the skull as a focus of power, he turned the once great dragon to a terrible spirit of hatred and destruction. That spirit guards the path to the Amber Temple. If it could be defeated while leaving the skull intact, it could be returned here. And he points out the window to this sort of like landlocked lighthouse looking tower. And he said, the beacon tower. If we place his skull atop the tower and light the beacon's fire, we will free his soul. And in doing so, we will appease the Morning Lord and show that this land has not given up hope. We will be rewarded with the shining sun. It will give the Morning Lord a link to this world, a strong enough show of devotion, bravery, and sacrifice that he could return to us. How I came to know this, I am unsure. The dead do not dream so much as we rest and are lost in memories of the past. But as I watched my order fall into disarray, as I watched our purpose twisted by darkness, I came to know a surety in my heart that putting his soul to rest, for all to see, even the gods themselves, that final act of brave defiance, that will be enough. But as you said, lighting the beacon will ignite the fires of war once again.
Darius just starts pacing around the room thinking.
Will the master of your order agree to this plan?
No. I fear that we may have to face he and his most loyal knights in battle. If they sense your intent, if they know your actions will end the curse, they will do anything they can to stop you. Each day that passes, more of my order succumb. The Horn God's iron will. There are still a few in the Order who linger in the halls and towers, whose minds and souls are still their own. But they are haunted by failures from their living life. Just as I have retained my sense of self through prayer and dedication, I fear that they have held on to who they are through their own regrets. You could help them overcome their grief and their sorrow. Perhaps they could aid me in aiding you.
Would that...
could...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Would that take their vengeance off me?
The entities you fought are far gone. I apologize, but it is likely they will continue to hunt and pursue you until your death.
Won't take much now.
He shrugs like, I don't fucking care. Like, you do that all the time, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's just, yeah. Like, he looks as impassively at your remarks as he does in his character art. Like, and he just sort of stares at all of you guys. Like, I've delivered my information.
Huddle up.
Okay, you guys form a hero huddle?
I am invoking the sacred hero huddle.
Okay. He turns away and looks out the window. A former hero himself.
All right, guys. Is this a line you want to cross now, or is this a line that we want to... What do you guys think?
I mean, we have multiple lines that we have multiple points of no return. We do a ritual, that's a point of no return. We steal from Strahd, that's a point of no return. We light a beacon, that's a point of no return. So we're kind of getting close to, we ain't got much else to do other than just rip the fucking band-aid off and see what happens.
Right. Do you want this to be it, or do you want to start somewhere else is the question.
Personally, I would say start somewhere else. We have a couple of power-ups, quote-unquote, that Madame Ava told us about at the castle. I'd rather grab those things before we have to then start pissing off Strahd.
Okay.
If we start here, we won't have revenants chasing us if we start somewhere else.
True.
Oh, here, I'm going to take you guys over to your map table / murder board. I've added Sir Godfrey and Vladimir Horngard to your murder board.
Anybody else got any thoughts?
Well, as far as the quest board goes, I'd have to say killing the dragon is it's pretty whack, yo.
It's already dead.
I don't think that matters.
But we need the skull to light the beacon.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Esmeralda kind of raises a finger and says, it is dead, but not dead. It sounds like it has been turned into a Draco-Lich or zombie or something. Have any of you faced a dragon in battle?
Only in Azeroth.
I mean, technically, you guys did fight some baby dragons. You can think about how that went.
Really? You want to say fight? I wouldn't use that word.
Okay, so you guys encountered some baby dragons.
Better.
Okay. This is implying an ancient Draco-Lich. So, however you want to parse that.
Whatever we decide to do, we need to give Shane some time. He's pretty messed up.
So Daniel will unroll the map to the Amber Temple so we can plan our route. So, you're not wrong. I think we need to, get Shane some Band-Aids. What if we, go see Jenny, heal up there a little bit, then maybe when we decide to go do this, we go through Zolenka Pass on the way, kind of knock out, 2 birds there. If we're planning. Because we still got those rituals, but, I don't know how to do them.
That's true.
Okay, so I've got an idea to go to the castle to get stuff. I've got an idea to go fight this dragon for his skull, to bring it back to the knights.
Yeah.
Anything else out there?
Do we think hunting the animals to go onto the path of breaking his connection to the land? I think breaking the actual connection would trigger him, but do we think
Hunting the animals.
the pre-steps would?
Yep.
I don't think he knows or cares, honestly.
That might be somewhere else to start.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to start doing that until we know about the ritual.
Which
It's like, do we need the whole animal, or do we just need some of their bloods? I mean, that's an important thing to know.
Absolutely.
Now, keep in mind, if you are supposed to bring the skull back, the skull probably weighs over 2,000 pounds.
Do we have any way of dragging the skull, guys?
we have 2 cards.
Probably not. Okay.
We'll have to split it somehow, have it dragged behind or something. That's the best we got.
Likely you would have to detach the carts from the mules or horses and have them draw the thing only.
We think the 2 mules or donkeys or whatever they are could drag something of that heavy.
No.
I mean,
Drag
the wagon,
sure,
the
just
wagon,
it's
yeah,
super slow.
the wagons all have, things. So here's an example. There was a farmer that found a T-Rex skeleton in this field, and they tried to load the skull itself into a hay baler, and the hay baler couldn't lift it. So, if this is truly as big a dragon as they say, and as the legends say, according to resident monster hunter Esmeralda, you're looking at a 2,000-pound load.
Well, that skull would have been fossilized too. I don't know if this.
That's true. That would have made it. That would have made it a lot heavier. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a problem against getting the skull right now.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to go look at the 3rd stone?
That's a good point. I was going off a T-Rex skull. I think that the bone of the dragon skull wouldn't weigh thousands of pounds. It would probably weigh hundreds of pounds. So yeah, you could put it in the back of a cart. That's a good point. Yeah. Because even an elephant skull is only about 115 pounds.
What was that witch's name? Baba Lasagna or whatever?
It's on the map.
Darius doesn't give a shit. Lysaga. I mean, we could. Just having the stones isn't going to do anything to make him upset, though. You'll likely know that we have them.
Yep, so what are you thinking? We get all these things ready and then we cross all the lines at once?
Yes.
We do the ritual, install the dragon head, and then raid Castle Ravenloft? Oh, it's like a cavalry raid.
If we hit him with an overwhelming number of problems at once, it's more difficult for him to respond to all of them.
If nothing else, we'll get to hear the Dark Lord say fuck at least once. Well, someone will.
All right, so you guys want to vote on this? Or are you set on anything in particular? Whatever we do, we need to go back to either Jenny or Valakai and rest so Shane isn't totally crippled.
Yeah.
Sure.
If we want more info on Baba Lysaga, isn't the scarecrow thing with Jenny?
Yep. Jenny and the Gloomweaver are currently gardening Jenny.
And that weird scarecrow you found.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant Lazy Susan and
Yeah.
the Gloomweaver. My bad.
Well, Lazy Susan stayed with Jenny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to be heading towards Jenny, we may as well go back to the tower and talk with the old man, see what he thinks.
Oh, and you guys have the Heart of Summer now, right?
Yep. Everything
Yeah.
has it.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Hey, Sir Godfrey, you were talking about some knights that could use some help.
Right. So, back to the scene. Sir Godfrey looks down at you and says, yes, there is Sir Robin Teray, Arthund Borwin, Sir Damien Hargrove, and Sir Eric Norenthal. I know what haunts each. I can tell you, and perhaps you can find a way to free them. But I would not burden you with their troubles if you are not willing or able to help them.
I mean, give us an example. What we need to do for one of them.
Okay. So he's quiet and then says, Sir Robin Teray. He knows that centuries have passed since his son died of old age. But Robin still wishes to pass something along to his descendants. His sole possession is the Teray family crest. He wants that crest delivered to his most recent direct descendant. They should be living in the village of Valakai.
We can do that, guys. Come on.
Assuming the fucker didn't die in the revolution. But Darius will say in character. Great. Choices come back to haunt us. Okay. Would these things take us all over Barovia, or are they just somewhat close to here?
It depends on what each man needs. Arthur Borwin. He was but a boy when he joined the Order. Not so much a knight as a squire, he still fought valiantly in our final living battle. More than anything, he wished to be a hero. He would seek to travel with you until he had performed a suitable act of bravery and courage that could free him from his troubling doubts and regrets. Though, I must confess, his is an essence that has nearly lost all sense of self. It won't be long now before he is claimed by the darkness. For he frequently leaves the castle to seek glory, only to find death. And each death wears down what little remains of who he once was. OOC, escort quest, a less powerful revenant, and help it be a hero. You've seen Disney Hercules. No, it's like that. You gotta 0 to hero in a time limit. Sir Damien Hargrove. He was a skilled craftsman and engineer. In addition to weapons, he was also skilled at jewelry. He was putting together the finishing touches on a wedding ring. He had intended to propose to Amathia, another member of the Order, as soon as she returned from her post at Mount Gacchus. Unfortunately, Amathia perished atop the tower at Toslenka Pass, shortly after Argynvostholt was overrun by Strahd's forces. More than anything, Damien wishes to show his love for Amathia so they can be joined in union in the afterlife. If you're willing to help him, you must deliver the wedding ring to her remains in Toslenka Pass. You would know them, for she wore red armor adorned with ribbons. And finally, Sir Eric Nornthal. In life, he was the finest hunter in the Order. None could compete with him at skill in the bow. Before the invasion of the valley, Eric and his team of hunters had their sights set on the largest and grandest game in all the valley, the rock of Mount Gacchus. His hunting trip was cut short, however, when Strahd's forces arrived. Eric and his team never got to return to the mountains and finish what they started. He would gladly accompany you, head towards Toslenka Pass to track, hunt, and kill the greatest beast to ever evade his arrows. As you can see, each man is weighed down by guilt and regrets, one kind or another. Yet it is this same prison that helps them remember who they are. My hope is that in freeing them, they will become more confident, more self-assured. They will reclaim more of themselves. And this will help them stave off the infectious darkness. Perhaps long enough to aid in the recovery of the skull and the return of the sun.
You would
think-
accept these tasks.
That is excellent. It is best that I go and find Sir Eric and Orthan Borwin. I fear for your safety if you were to explore these halls any deeper, lest you be found by Hornguard.
We will wait out front.
As you say.
You said that.
Thank you.
You said that these souls have maybe a few days before they start turning. Seems like we need to rest up with that. You think that would be enough time?
I would say that young Arthund has less than a week. Sir Eric is of sterner stuff. He may hold out much longer. Not forever.
Noted.
These burdens do not need to be yours, but your efforts would be appreciated and remembered.
Well, we said that we came here trying to look for allies, so it's what it is.
I shall go and fetch them. Wait in the courtyard by the statue. And please, do not tarry. There are horrors within these walls that seek out the living.
Head out front.
Nothing like fixing 5 floors of castle maps so that my NPC could tell you, don't explore this castle. Alright. So if you are just heading back out, I can just fast travel you out if you'd like.
Alright.
So
Stack.
Yes,
Alright, cool.
please.
alright, hero stank. Alright. So Zaluka says, having not turned back into human form because, she ripped all her clothes and she's only got, so many extra clothes. She says, we came here for allies, and now we are leaving with 2. A boy and a bowman. It does not feel like an even trade. But if they can fight as well as the ones we faced, and they are undying to boot, well, that could be of use.
Well, it sounds like the boy isn't exactly skilled, so at least got the bowman, but we'll see.
Also, fun trivia fact. Jeremy Crawford wants you to find his NPC so badly that Argynvostholt is another location where you could have recruited Esmeralda. All right. So, time passes. Feels like a lot of time passes. But
Enough
you
for
assume
a
that he.
short rest.
You guys could try a short rest if you want. I'll roll for encounter.
May as well.
Okay. All right, you're good. All right. You see the doors open just as you're finishing your short rest, and Sir Godfrey is there with two less handsome revenants. One of them is shorter than the other because he is young. Anyways. They seem to be dressed in the sort of shattered remains of their order's armor. One of them has a mighty composite bow upon its back. Both wear the remnants of their order's breastplates and have holy symbols sort of tucked on silver chains beneath that. All right. Godfrey approaches you with the wedding ring and the house crest. So who should I give that to?
Oh, Daniel will take the ring.
Okay. All right. Alright, let me grab that for you.
During the short rest, Anna's going to check in with everybody. That it means the boys and Zaluka. And all she does is sort of give you a quick pep talk, make sure you're doing okay, and give you some temp hits.
Noise.
And that will be given upon every rest.
Shane, do you have any wounds that need like dedicated healing?
No, they're all tissue wounds, thankfully. So, but I have the injuries are all tissue injuries, but I have 4 wounds that need to be healed, 5 wounds need to be healed first. So it's going to take, if someone helps me during a long rest, it will take 5. If no one helps me, it's going to take 9.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll. That'll be what my long rest things are.
Yeah, so I'll be good to go in 5 long rests. Yay.
Okay. Sir Godfrey introduces you to Sir Arthund Borwin. He approaches, and from the kind of hollows of his throat and chest, you hear a young man's voice say, "It is a pleasure to serve alongside you. I look forward to facing foul enemies in the field and defending the innocent against evil. I will do everything I can to aid in our quest."
Sir Arthund, my name is Lady Anna. We travel these lands in an effort to help other people. I am in need of a brave soul to escort me. Would you be willing?
I shall. Do you lead this company?
Yes.
All right. You see a pop-up appear in your UI. Sir Arthund Borwin would like to be your squire.
She accepts.
Okay.
She will give him I don't know, something that's not really meaningful to Anna, but probably will be meaningful to him as sort of like her favor for him.
Ah, nice. Okay. Let's see. All right, you should now have control of Arthund Borwin, Revenant Fencer. Okay. And then Godfrey says, and this is Sir Arthund Borwind. Oh, wait, they're all both Arthur Borwind. Hold on, one of them has to have a different name. Why is this guy's name wrong? Hold on. Oh yeah, that's Sir Eric Nornthal.
No relation.
It's like they were built. It's like I built them with the same core template. Oh, my bad. Yeah, hold on.
Not every creature is an individual snowflake.
Oh. Sir
I
Arthur
know, I screwed up
Sir
so bad.
Arthur Borwind.
Yeah,
No
It's
relation.
like Duran.
So he says, this is Sir Eric Nornthal. And Sir Eric Nornthal approaches, and he says, I was told you would travel south to Toslanka Pass, that your journey would take us the rock of Mount Gacchus. My bow stands ready. Alright, and now that this has happened, I have to initiate a secret timer. I said all the timers in the world had started, but this is a specific triggered
Not
timer.
Yeah.
secret.
Yeah. Did you see anything? Did you guys see anything?
Just question mark dice.
Okay, cool. Now I have to add a calendar event. Okay, today's 21st. Alright. Okay. Alright, then I have to do one more.
Chris, I have a quick question.
Sure.
Is it possible if Shane, say when they got to Jenny's, left the party for a couple days to do like dedicated downtime to heal?
Yeah, that's
Would he
fine.
heal faster?
I mean, you'd heal faster in so much as, yeah, I mean, the rules for injury recovery and stuff are there. You would just be in bed getting cared for by a sexy hag, you know, and a scarecrow. I mean,
So that would allow like checks during
some
the day
people
and then
pay
again.
for that shit. Yeah, it would give you those extra checks, and the other thing is you wouldn't be slowing the rest of the group down, and also you wouldn't be in a situation where you're likely to get more injuries, right? Because if you're not at your fighting best and you're trying some really hard shit,
Yeah,
it's
I
likely.
can't take,
Yeah, it's likely. Yeah.
Because right now I can't take reactions, I can't take bonus actions or actions and move at the same time. I can only do one or the other. And if I try to take a bonus action at all, I bleed. And unless I make a con save, which I have to manage on because of another injury.
And intelligent enemies, honestly, intelligent enemies are going to see that you are injured, and you know, and also that you deal a shitload of damage, and like, obviously they're going to take you out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm literally the glass cannon at this
Yeah,
point.
you're a second edition wizard who only memorized magic missiles. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna come after you. Yeah.
Then guys, Shane would recommend to leave him at Jenny's to heal. And
in that case, you have to play Ranger Revenant, Sir Eric Nornthal.
Okay.
All right. So basically the same character, but I'm dead. No, I'm just kidding. It's like, hey, take a break from your sharpshooter and play this sharpshooter. Yeah, you know, just normal stuff. All right, cool. Well, Darius, you should have the emblem, and Daniel, you should have the ring. Daniel, you did a good job electrocuting that guy in there, and you know, your passenger is very pleased with you. You see a pop-up in your UI. Dark Passenger would like to give you a gift.
You'll accept gifts from a passenger.
Oh my god! All right.
Not from a boss though. Not from a boss.
I see.
A passenger.
I see. Okay.
That's his delusion.
All right. Then I have some information for you as well. Alright. Do you want these abilities to be secret, or do you want them to be known to the group?
Yeah, give them to me a secret. We'll surprise everybody.
Okay. Alright.
That engenders trust.
There you go. And I can set this up for you. I'll just send it over to you so that you can see what it is.
Okay.
And congrats on tier 2 transformation. 2 more in your max level transformation. You're halfway there. Halfway there, living on a prayer. Good times. All right.
Good
So
enough.
let me add that for you. All right. And your spellcasting ability for this is Wisdom, yeah? For your abilities?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn this out. Yeah.
All right. All right, yeah, not the greatest, but it's pretty good. It's can be clutch in certain situations. So yeah.
Yeah, it's good for the toolkit.
All right. Okay. Godfrey, his eyes suddenly narrow into 2 orange slits, and then he looks back at the house and he says, "I must away. Please, take these brave knights and go. Remember my words. Return with the skull if you can.
Your help.
May the-
Appreciated.
May the Morning Lord bless and guide you." As he says that, Darius, your the holy symbol you wear thrums with power. You take 1 point of radiant damage. Your dark passenger takes away the dopamine. He gives you the bad feels. Anna, you get the bad feels from your passenger. Daniel, you get the bad feels from your passenger. Tiernan, you get the he's okay feels from your passengers. Shane, it's nice that somebody, is blessing you. It feels good. It's like an old lady at the grocery store telling you, "God bless you, sonny." All right. So Sir Arthur, or Arthund, says, "I am ready. What great quest do we undertake now, Lady Anna?"
We're going to take our companion Shane to a friend of ours first. He will need some time to recuperate, and then we will move to the tower to talk to a wise old man.
Ah, a wizard's tower and a healer. These are the sorts of things that start one's quest. And you see his tiny eye lights glimmer with hope and excitement.
This kid's gonna die.
Number 1, he's my NPC, so yes, he is.
All right, so that you can start getting a hang of Sir Eric Norenthal, I guess. I will make him under your control, Shane.
Okay.
All right. I just gotta see if I gotta hide any information here. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Dang, this guy. I don't know if you're gonna want to go back to Shane after this guy got some good fucking stats, bro. Holy shit. What's the kid stats? Holy shit. Oh
But
my
how's
God.
Where's the 3? Where's the 3?
Well, yeah, he didn't. He's not friends with Carsophona, so I mean, that's step 1 to having good stats, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, I will remove you from this ancient, desecrated place and take you somewhere else. All right. So we will head to your map table. All right. And then let's see.
Probably not going to be getting far because it seems like it's already evening.
Oh yeah, and you guys traveled, so you guys need to camp tonight. Is that that would be
Yeah.
the play? Yeah. All right. All right.
My long
So-
rest activity is going to be helping Shane recover.
Aw, that's nice. That's like a date. You and your girl. You can
Can,
do it together.
Well, it says, can multiple people do that same thing, or I'm assuming it's limited to one per.
One person, but if someone's assisting, right,
They can
and
do it
they're
with
trained,
advantage.
you can do it with advantage without having to spend resources. Yeah. So my thoughts are, you're just going to camp on the side of the road out of Argynvossalt's shadow? Question mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just set up inside the lobby, right? Like,
Well, no, he
That
was
would be
saying.
that would definitely be in the shadow of Argynvossalt. Yeah.
Yeah, and he
He
was
told
saying
you to
that
get. He
there's
told you to get away
things-
from that place. Yeah.
Yeah, that there's things that would be hunting the living. So if we're inside, we're likely going to get a random encounter.
Actually,
now,
like
look, surely
you
there's
just
bedrooms
can't.
in there somewhere.
You
Like,
just can't long rest in Argynvossalt. It is too haunted. Like you would not be able to gain any meaningful rest inside the building. You could try to camp outside, or you could like head like a mile or so down the road and hope that that's enough.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Now, full disclosure, the cooldown on a Revenant is 24 hours, I believe. So, Shane, you've got at least 24, a 24-hour head start on these guys.
Oh shit! They might come for me at Jenny's when I'm
Mhm.
healing. Oh crap!
Well, they will
maybe Jenny
unerringly
will
come
fuck
for
'em up.
you. Yeah, they will unerringly come for you because
Oh, well.
that's how Revenants work.
Yep.
Oh no.
They have Vengeful Tracker. The Revenant knows the distance to and direction of any creature upon which it seeks revenge, like for destroying its chandelier. That's how petty they've gotten. If the creature and the Revenant are on different planes of existence, the creature being tracked by the Revenant dies, the Revenant will know it. So you could just save them the trouble and kill yourself. Not that I'm advocating suicide, but I mean that would shut down their vengeful curse that they place upon you.
Oh, well, it may not be that safe to leave me alone at Jenny's, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
Jenny
I feel
loves
sad
you.
for I feel
Oh, she
sad for the
protects
poor
me with her
soul that.
life.
I'm sad for
It's
the
my
poor soul
blood,
that.
but
I
mean,
think Jenny has more things up her sleeve than a knife. Just saying. You may be actually safer there.
I mean, the tower's pretty well defended. These guys don't have incorporeal abilities.
That's gonna be like a tremor situation. They're gonna be waiting at the bottom.
Oh yeah, for sure. But then you just abuse mechanics, kill them at range, and then you have 24 hours.
Was that ability when they died? In the current form?
Oh, okay. Well, you
So
have
I think-
two people that have access to their character sheets. So, here's the general gist of it. They can cause ongoing paralysis with their glare. Then they have Vengeful Smite against people who are under their glare. They can declare someone as the target of their vengeance, but they shouldn't do it lightly, because when they do, they can't change it until that person dies. Yeah. And so let's see. When first bloodied, Vengeful Glare is a reaction. Vengeful Tracker, turn immunity. Okay. Rejuvenation. Here we go. When the Revenant's body is destroyed, its soul lingers. After 24 hours, the soul inhabits and animates another humanoid corpse in the same plane of existence and regains all its hit points while the soul is bodiless. A wish spell can be used to force the soul to go to the afterlife and not return. So just, use one of your wish spells and you can stop them.
Oh yeah, that's just so.
brilliant.
Yeah. Now,
No.
in this setting, they always default to their body if their body is still usable. But they, Monty Python, right? They're not going to Black Knight this thing. They're not going to be like, get back here, I can bite your ankles. Like they get a general sense like this corpse is just not going to do it anymore. Yeah.
No, so the reason I'm asking is because during the fight, Anna and Shane got marked, and then Shane got marked when one of them died. I assume that's from a different ability. I got marked when one of them died. I assume that's a different ability.
Well, the only... So, Shane is marked by at least 1, and Anna was marked by 1.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Those would be the 2 you know for sure. All right. So if Shane's only got 1 to worry about, I mean, it ain't that bad. You just sit up in bed, you shoot him a few times, you lay back down, heal, no problem. And if you destroy their bodies, they have to find another body. And it's not like there's so many bodies just laying beneath the soil that they could take over, you know? It's not like this. At Jenny's place, no less. Jenny do have guardians, too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will, we'll play the camping minigame then, I guess. So. Camping minigame, who's going to be on guard? It has to be one of the 5 of you, despite having lots of great candidates in the NPC pool.
If I do this, I won't be able to help Shane, or could
Correct.
Shane come? Okay, well, I should not do it then.
Okay.
Well, I can help Shane. I've got whack medicine.
Oh, okay. Excellent. All right, so Tiernan, you're on watch again.
All right.
Okay. So everyone set up the camp. I need a strength, intelligence, wisdom, survival ability check. Do you guys have all of your camping gear? You do, right? You have your cart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're camping on the side of the road, so it's only going to be a DC of 10. All right. So that is 4 out of 5. So that is only 1 fail. So that means it is only a DC 10 for camp activities. Tiernan,
Yes.
give me an intelligence survival to set up the perimeter. Okay. And then give me a hidden perception wisdom.
Those are default hidden, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. You feel very confident about the perimeter and everything. You're sure nothing's gonna sneak up on you guys. Nothing. Okay. And let's see. I guess Luca will take clothes out of the cart and change back into person. Cool. So then, going down the list, Anna, what is your camping activity?
Well, boys, your inspiration factory has returned. Who would like a story? If no one volunteers, I'll give it to Zaluka.
So I'm at 0, so I'll
Oh.
take it if you got it.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, Tiernan gets a story. It's pretty long, so I'll send it to you in DM. It's been a while. What do I roll for this? Performance?
Yes. All right. Yeah, it's good. It's a good story. Yeah, it's well told. Makes sense. All right. Tiernan, you've gained inspiration. Daniel, what is your camp activity?
Helping Shane.
All right. So you're going to be tending to wounds. All right. Let's go to the injuries guide. All right. Mortal choices.
Not gonna lie, I missed these.
What, camping?
No, the stories.
I have so many of these set up. I gotta like shorten them down though because they're way too long.
Let's see. All right. How do you recover from wounds? You recover from 1 wound after each successful long rest. Upon completing a long rest with accommodations, character enroll DC 15. Constitution saving throw. If successful, they recover a 2nd wound if they have one. This counts as their long rest activity. Use of a heal is skipped by someone with proficiency. The medicine gives advantage on this Constitution save. This counts as their long rest activity. Is there a camping take care of wounds? I don't think there is. Is the problem? I think it's always been a long rest activity. Yeah. Yeah. You have to be in a sanctuary to kind of focus on this stuff. So,
Fair enough.
all right. So, what other thing do you do then?
Wait, there was.
Fair.
Hmm?
Oh god.
It's under cooking.
Cooking. Cooked food. If you know how to cook and have the right supplies, you can prepare a meal for the group. This requires use of campfire and cooking. Expend one use of cooking supplies and attempt to do one of the following.
So treat injuries and wounds is listed under
it's-
basic activities.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay,
above-
I
it's
see.
above
If
cooked
you are suffering from any lingering wounds, you may be able to treat them if you have sufficient. Okay. In that case, yes. So go ahead and give me a DC. It wouldn't really be 10 because it can't be easier at a campsite than it is at a long rest place. So give me a DC 15 medicine to try and help with that. Oh, wonderful. Okay. So now, Shane, you may attempt a Constitution save to recover from the.
Oh, that sucks because mine are at disadvantage because of my wound.
Okay, but he succeeded. So I mean, you could do, let's see. Well, no, this would be triggering it. So yeah, you get a Constitution save to trigger a wound because of the treatment you're getting at the campsite.
You have any?
You guys have made it this far and not had to do this at camp. That's kind of great, right?
We have. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
very few and far between.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
and
been a while.
very, very hard to do apparently. All right. All right, you made it though.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right,
All right.
So
So,
you,
one wound gone, right?
one wound gone. Yep.
All right.
And remember, you have to clear all exhaustion and wounds before you can get rid of injuries.
Yes. All right,
Okay.
so one wound gone. Delete. And effects. Wound. Delete. Okay. Well, that was my activity as well. So.
Okay. All right, and then that's just Daniel. Lex, what's your thing gonna be?
Initially it's gonna be just sitting in solitude. But there's something else that I want to do. It's a wisdom ability check, right?
Yeah, it's just a straight wisdom ability, not even a wisdom save.
10.
10. Yep. You did it. You did it.
Perfect. Darius looks for Irenia.
Okay. Yeah, you would find Irenia. She is just chattering away to Tiernan.
Can we go for a walk?
She looks at you and says, do you want to go and walk with Tiernan or me and Tiernan?
With you. Just you.
You see her reach to the pouch at her side where she carries the yellow Nerf football, and you know that she is kind of palming it within the pouch. She looks to you, Tiernan, trusting your great wisdom over hers. Tiernan, with your high perception and such, oh, he's not even here. You determine.
No, just got back.
Okay, you determine that she is not comfortable going with Darius alone. With your passive insight and perception.
And this is who?
This is Irenia. Does not feel comfortable going with Darius. Darius has asked her to go on a walk with him alone.
I'll tag along. I need to check the perimeter.
All right. She looks from Tiernan to you, Darius, like that's the best I'm gonna do.
All right, suit yourself. Come on.
Okay. So the three of you then head out. Is this a secret? Are there secret factions forming within the party? Is this like Survivor Island? Do we need to go into a private chat?
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah, after we've kind of left the camp for a little while and just walking in
Mhm.
silence for a few minutes, Darius will kind of look at the two of them. I wanted to say sorry from earlier for what I said in Kresik.
Mm.
I didn't really mean what I said there. But I had a reason for why I said it.
As he's talking, Tiernan, you notice that where he wears the holy symbol of Ravenkind, the skin all around it is just burned and splotchy with like boils and like scarring. You also notice that he has more of those scaly black patches forming in different parts of his skin.
Darius, I've been very concerned lately about you.
Probably with good reason.
I know my own thing isn't necessarily to be 100% trusted, but what it conveys to me about you is very unsettling.
Makes sense.
You and Anna and Daniel, to some extent, what I feel from you, it's not encouraging. I'm not sure a by any means approach is the best thing here. I don't think you or them will recognize yourselves by the time we get to the end of this.
Irenia butts in and says, Darius, I know that the Darius that is still in there would never say such things. And I know that Mackenzie's death was hard. And that everything that you've been through, even before you came here, it has been chipping away at you. But look at the order of Arkenvostholt. These were paladins, the strongest, bravest men and women in all of the realm. And even they are being claimed by the darkness. We have two of them with us that we're trying to save. If we can save them, we can save you. Your heart, it was broken. I know. Mine broke that night too. Mackenzie was my friend, and she died. She died in our arms, attacking me.
And that's exactly the reason why I said those things back in Kresik. Because I know what's happening with me. And after hearing that knight say that all the people who have stood against him, either they end up losers like in the parade, Or they win, and then he ends up coming back anyway. So we have to find some way of putting him down for good.
Well, also they could end up slaves like the Cold Shoulders.
That's also another possibility. But we have to kind of take advantage of everything we have access to us. And if it means we have to fight a monster with a monster, then so be it. You're right. Probably a couple weeks ago, I wouldn't be doing the things that I've been doing. But it's just trying to survive one day at a time until it finally ends.
We're fighting a monster with a monster thing. That's what everyone here has always tried to do in the past. It doesn't work here. The people of Argynvostholt, they became these revenants. They became monsters. The Cold Shoulders, they became monsters. The Druids of the Old Wood, they became monsters. It's not.
They became monsters.
That's what this place does. That's what this place does to people. I think going the becoming a monster route, I think that's how he wins.
He won against them before they even became monsters. Then he turned them into such.
Irenia's massive caterpillar eyebrows furrow in doubt, and it looks like she's really kind of deep in her thoughts here as you are kind of on this line of discussion.
Look, I already know the path that I'm going down, and well, it's not turning out exactly how I thought. He takes off the holy symbol. I was hoping to use this against him since it doesn't like vampires, but it seems like it doesn't want to work with me anymore.
As you go to remove it, you feel the Dark Passenger flood you with dopamine. Like, thank God, bro. Oh, that's killing me. Thank God. It's this heavy burden. It feels, you're strong ass dude. It feels like it weighs like over 50 pounds as you try to like lift this thing off, but you do. But it's so heavy and so toxic.
He kind of just looks at it for a few moments.
I don't think you should take it off. I think even though it is hurting you, that it is slowing down whatever is happening to you.
But maybe that's the problem.
I don't know much about the magic, but what I learned from Mackenzie, who was studying with Esmeralda, is that an item does not have to let itself be attuned. That if you have put a part of yourself into it, you are bound to it. What if the part of you in this symbol, what if that's the best part of Darius that's left?
He'll look to Tiernan. You said that you wanted to be a beacon at some point. You weren't strong enough to go up against the Cold Shoulders and everything else that was happening in Valakai. And I agreed with that too. At one point I wanted to help out. But honestly, I don't think I'm the one who can do that. It's gonna be you two. I'll try and get you there though as far as I can. But when it's over, just put me down and let me rest. You'll hand the holy symbol to Irenia. This thing doesn't like vampires, and the biggest one wants you. Hopefully you can make use of it.
She looks at your outstretched hand, the holy symbol of Ravenkind glinting in the scant moonlight filtering through the clouds. Mackenzie. She didn't want to live as a monster. And if the time comes that you don't want to either, then we will do what must be done. And she takes the holy symbol from you.
When we first came here from that death house, we were all pretty fucked up. I was probably the worst off from it. You nursed me back to health. That was a debt I couldn't repay you. You stood by Mackenzie's side when she was tearing at your flesh. That's a debt I can never repay you. This is the best thing I could think of at the moment. If I can help you guys make it to the finish line. And just maybe. Come on, dog. And then he'll...
As you go to walk away, she runs up and hugs you from behind. You feel the holy symbol kind of burning you through your clothes and armor in your back, but the hug is firm and like little sisterly, as it just kind of clings to you.
Thanks for trying. And he'll just kind of give her a pat on the shoulder and then continue walking.
As you walk away, can't help think how delicious those small bones must be that were wrapped around you.
Tries his best to push that thought away. Though he does kind of reflect on her words for, Darius of the past was different, but unfortunately that's just not the Darius now.
Fine. Now, Tiernan and Irene, you're left in the woods watching Darius and his dog. Because dogs, I'm going to be honest, when they decide this is my person, unfortunately, they will stick by some of the shittiest people. Not to say that Darius is shitty, but I'm just saying that if you're like, wait, wouldn't the dog reject Darius because of his dark passenger? Sadly, dogs don't always work like that. Yeah. So you watch them kind of walk away. Does anything else happen back at the campsite? Are there any other scenes that must play out? Burdened with this new knowledge that the sun might be returned? That the ancient dragon Argynvostholt might yet live in some horrid form, guarding the past, the Amber Temple?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right. So, Anna, you no longer sleep, for the dead need only rest. But in your rest, certainly not reverie like the elves. This is just really boring. It's just like you're really just like, my body needs to be inactive, but my brain's just kind of vibing. So anyone with insomnia that's laid awake for 6 hours, that's what it's like to be an undead in the 5th Age of Magic at bedtime. Was Anna in chat when I said all that, or no?
Yeah.
Anna? Oh, okay. I heard somebody come and go. Anna, can you come to the secret chat with me?
Sure.
Sorry to lay down you, Tiernan. But But yeah, I don't think the holy symbol is gonna be doing Darius much good any longer. So he need to offload that thing. So after we get the Jennies, we're going to the tower and then Valakai. See if we can't find this family we can drop this crest off to. I'll take care of one of the tasks since we'll be somewhat in the area.
Yeah, my only concern is the timer for our hunter, whether or not we need to go to Zelenka Pass now or later. Or Mount Gacchus, I guess.
Oh, eventually, yeah, definitely going down to Selenka Pass, but kind of like looping to Valakai to see if we can do that crest and then head back down south.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, as you guys settle in for the evening, many of you no longer sleep. Everybody's just doing their own version of rest, I guess, at this point. Darius, you and Doggo eat hella bones so that you don't die horribly. Yeah. Zaluka hangs out with you and your dog eating bones because it feels the most like being back with her pack. And do you allow that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
He'll share.
Okay. So this is erode encounters for a Daybreak. Road encounters only happening on 18 or higher. All right. Let's see if anything interesting happens. Okay. Tiernan, about an hour in, a skeletal rider passes. They seem to be heading towards Argynvostholt. They do not stop to interact with the party. Do you hail them?
Is there
No.
a chandelier I could shoot?
Sir, you're asleep right now, sir. Sir.
Well, I guess you have a really good perception, right? So you might not be asleep. Yeah, those of you with passive perception, like 15 or higher, you would probably hear the sounds of horse hoofs because they ain't making, they ain't making a big secret about it, and they kind of through the campsite. But they don't seem to have any interest in you guys. Like they're returning to base for something. All right, you let them pass. Okay. All right. Tiernan, with your incredible nat 20 perception, which was a 32 off of a very good perimeter. Some of your alarms go off, and you realize that there were some blights sneaking up on the party. But as you kind of go to either sound the alarm or confront them, Irenia, standing next to you, brandishes fire in the palm of her hand using the magic of the Heart of Summer. And the sheer balls of you guys being level 9 and them being level 1/4, they flee into the forest.
That was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
All right. You also notice with your perception that Irenia does not fall asleep. Normally she hangs out next to you, and then there's like loud honk shoes and stinky farts and all that kind of stuff. She just broods, like next to you, which isn't great because you need sleep in D&D or you die, unlike real life, right? Yeah, fuck sleep. She definitely, with your insight and perception, seems too troubled to sleep.
Is this specifically about Darius, or is this just everything in general?
I don't want to try and keep secrets from you because you're very insightful and perceptive, and you'll probably figure it out anyways. But ever since the pond, I felt better and worse. Up until that point, I always felt so scattered, so distracted. My dreams were never my own. My memories sometimes were of other lives. I often thought I was crazy or losing my mind. I would hear these girls cry out, whisper to me. And I would always feel that I was being watched. All the time. Unseen eyes watching me. But now, it's quiet. It's like I was at a big party and I excused myself to go outside and get some night air, and I could hear it still. but at a distance. I'm finally able to think and process everything that has happened. We've lost so many friends. I never even knew my parents. My birth brother, if he truly was, I suppose he's dead. Ismark is a werewolf. I don't know what that means for my homeland. I don't know what that means for him. The people that we have journeyed alongside, they are being taken from us by the darkness, one by one. There was always something haunting about Anna, but now I know that she is a revenant like these others. And my heart breaks for her because I know that she will not stop, Tiernan, until she has whatever it is she thinks she needs. And I cannot stand the thought of her being trapped in some corpse, barely able to remember anything, except that one thing that drives her. And Darius, we have come a long way from girls' sleepover talks. He's just abandoned hope. He just wants to be of use until he's not anymore. Just a weapon, not a person. And Shane and Daniel? I don't know. They joined us late, but they have suffered so much under his petty cruelty, under the torments of the brides. And Shane, he's so afraid of love. And when it found him, he lost it right away. I think about all of that, Tiernan, and I think about Sergei and how I could have gone with him to heaven. I could have left this darkness behind. And I hate myself because sometimes I wish I had.
Acknowledging that things are hard and that you wish they were better isn't a weakness. I see all the same problems, and I see everything deteriorating. But that's, and this isn't any comfort, but that's why we need to continue. It's whether it's too late for Darius or Daniel or Anna, I don't know. But if we're able to make a difference, if we're able to stop the reason these things keep happening to people, at least it won't happen to anyone else. It may or may not be too late for them, but it's not too late for the next ones. And if it does become too late for the next ones, it's not too late for the ones after that. And that's... It's really the only thing I take comfort in anymore, other than you.
When you utter that last syllable, she smiles at you. Her tears kind of streaking down her face. She leans in, just sort of buries herself in your stinky manness, and stays there till she falls asleep. The rest of the night passes without any incident? Question mark? Darius, for a point of DM inspiration, describe to us the nightmares that haunt you in your sleep.
I think this night, the nightmares he usually has are the one of the night that he had with his brother back in the modern world when he died in his arms. I think now those have kind of been joined in with the scene of Mackenzie dying in his arms. But I think now that he's kind of given up the one thing that probably has been keeping him from fully walking down the new path with his deal, I think now it becomes a nightmare of he's looking through the eyes of something else that's himself but not himself, a creature, and he sees the bodies of both Mackenzie and Dante lying before him, and he sees the bodies of Reed and Adrian and Tom and Ayla and all the other people that he's kind of met along the way here. And just one by one, he is shoveling their corpses into his mouth, chewing on their bones, growing larger, growing stronger, but becoming more feral, as he eventually is just making his pathway to the castle that's off in the distance.
All right. Roll a d10 for me.
Oh, wait, no, that's 2d10. Stupid mouse.
All right. Give me a d10. Give me a d10.
Sometimes this mouse does double clicks, that's why.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, 3. That was one of the dice.
Okay. Completely manageable. Your maximum hit points have gone down by 3.
Great.
All right. Shane, you wake from your slumber, and you dreamed of the night of revelry you spent in Krezk with the man who would have been a really cool dad if things had been different.
Yeah.
And you remember Dimitri boasting that in addition to the healing spring, there was, amongst the population of Krezk, a woman known as Elsa, the Shrine Maiden. Elsa was a servant of the Morning Lord, not affiliated with the Abbey or the Abbot, but the caretaker of the hot springs. And she, instead, will have a healing touch, but charges for her services, and then uses the money to help with like civic projects around Krezk or whatever. But before the roads were closed, those with ongoing pain, severe injuries, they would journey to Krezk to seek out her healing. AKA, there is a pay-to-win mechanic that Elsa, for the cost of 20 gold per wound, is able to remove wounds and exhaustion via massage techniques.
What? I was gonna make a horrible joke, but instead, that sounds like a win-win. I'll just say that instead. Yeah, there's a lot of money on the cart, so he'll when he wakes up in the morning, he'll broach that as an option instead of, potentially endangering Jenny.
Well, you remember her being pointed out to you during the party, right? And you were like, oh, right. So you wake up remembering her in the firelight of the party, and then also remembering Hag and Scarecrow that are waiting for you. And yeah, I think now you feel like you might have two options. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
yeah. Oh, I remember.
Yeah. So when everyone's waking up to start plotting their course, you may want to say something. But
yeah, he'll go to.
Only one of them is going to give you a mother's touch.
I mean, she does like my butt. He's going to go to Daniel and. Well, how are people grouped up in the morning? Like how I see?
Sure, yeah. Set the scene for me, you all. Like everyone wakes up from a night, right? In essentially the shadow of this haunted castle. A skeletal night rode through, and you guys are so jaded on this shit that you're just like, meh, and went back to sleep. Yeah. What's it look like?
Anna's making breakfast for everybody.
Oh, hell yeah.
God knows what's in it.
Oh, God. The undead corpse is making breakfast.
Okay.
All right, so he'll go to like the people waiting. So I had something come back to me. After a long night of drinking, how things gonna come back eventually. In Krezk, there's a woman named Elsa that manages the healing springs, and she would be able to heal me in the safety of Krezk, which obviously, walled, probably would be a little safer and less danger to everybody if I go there instead and heal. But it will require use of some party funds from the cart.
Shane, I think your life is worth more than a little bit of electrum. I'm fine with this.
I appreciate that. We can.
Plus, what if we find another chandelier that needs killed? I wouldn't be able to do it. I don't have the reach that you do.
Well, if you can ever hit anything with that throwing boomerang action.
Exactly.
Exactly.
There was a man spread out on the floor 20 feet below me. All I had to do was drop it, and I still missed.
Yeah, Shane will smile because he's obviously teasing. Yeah, maybe when we get to the tower, I just break off and follow the road. Should be safe. Less than half a day's journey.
I think stopping back into civilization isn't ever really a bad idea.
Let's go. I'd like to see Krezk.
Okay. Yeah, I felt so bad on Thursday. I was like, ooh.
Did they get that fucked up?
Yes, I was like, ooh. I'll tell him. I'll tell him. I'll tell the other group about it through Shane, because Shane was pretty Krezk active. So yeah. So could have just been something that slipped your mind, because you hear a lot of things about Krezk that are pretty unbelievable, like socialism. So like a sexy 6'6" woman with a healing touch massage, that can't be real. So yeah.
6'6". I'm only 6'2".
From Shane, yeah, that's unbelievable.
Oh man. All right. So if you're planning to go to Krezk from your current location, I can plot a route for you. I'm assuming we want to do roads to keep it low DC.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Argenvostholt. I also like that you guys are strong enough now that I'm like, yeah, y'all, there's like a ancient Dracolich, and you guys are like, damn, how are we gonna carry the skull? That's the only thing. That's the only thing that you guys were like concerned about. You're like, dang, that skull sound heavy.
Oh, don't
like,
worry.
that's
There's
the
other things.
yo.
There's other things I'm concerned about because of you and your monsters. But I mean, that'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I will tell you right now that Argenvost being a ghostly Dracolich is not raw, but it is a very popular homebrew. So I'm certainly not the first to do it. But
it's not wrong.
No, you came
I
up
don't
with this
remember
idea.
a fucking Teostra raining down fireballs and red hands.
listen, we've got plenty of dungeons, not enough dragons. Okay, we got to stay on brand. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah, we're not finding paths here. You know what I'm saying? We're not finding paths or stars. Okay, we're finding dungeons and dragons. That's what we're doing here. Anyways, let's see. Font D&D travel calculator by Stephanie Ortiz. All right. I love Stephanie Ortiz because she made a better tracker than the one I was paying to use. So good stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay. It is going to be a day and change unless you guys push 1 extra hour. That shouldn't be too bad. Push 1 extra hour.
We should push.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Does that require a con save?
Yep.
It does. It does.
That will be a disadvantage and will cost.
This
an
is
extra 20
one
gold.
exhaustion. One exhaustion, baby.
I can't heal from until my wounds are gone. So...
But
One
if
exhaustion.
you push it, you'll be at the finish line.
Rather than
6 foot
an
six,
additional-
6 foot
It
six
just
Swedish
makes
blonde will
sense,
be able
so-
to massage you for the next couple of days.
Oh, there is much tension here, yeah. I mean, just saying, it's waiting for you.
At least Shane can get a vacation.
I'm just all right. I'm just saying, luck. All right.
I don't know. This feels like eating mistake pizza. Something I as a former Domino's manager. Yeah, 30 jobs, folks. As a former Domino's manager, I learned my lesson. You don't eat mistakes. You don't eat
That's
mistake pizzas.
I'm wearing my bad idea jeans. It's fine.
Apparently, if you get beat up real bad now, you get to go to the hot spring spa. But okay, all right. Let's see.
Wish
We
I
will
learned
randomly
about
just-
this when I came out of the death house.
Let's
I mean,
see.
no shade
Well,
on
gone
Irene.
immediately to Krezk.
No shade on Irene, but still.
there is a reason that the homebrew technique to run an easier Curse of Strahd is to start in Krezk instead of Village of Barovia.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Give
There
them
are
all
people
the,
that are
give them
like,
all the good stuff before you take it away.
yeah, yep. I think it's important to have something good at the midway point so that they're like,
Something to
Oh.
fight for.
yeah, there's at least something good out here. Yeah, to have something good and then lose it right away. All right, let's see. So it's only going to be 1 initial check plus you're pushing. That'll be a second check, and then you're going to go through 1 crossroads. So 3 checks. That's not too bad.
That's
All
fine.
right. Yeah, that's easy peasy. Better than random encounters. Unless you want 9 random encounter checks, I can do that.
I mean,
Hell
that
no.
would give us a chance for Sir Arthur to become a man.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
That'd be 1 task down.
All right, let me go to hours and get you to the next day. Boop. Boop. Boop, boop. Okay, so roads are only a base DC of 10. The weather today is tolerable, so it's only going to be a +2 to the DC. Diminishing returns. A long journey starts to take its toll. Leaning on the same skill too often can backfire. If a character uses the same skill 2 times in a row, the DC increases. The exception to this is survival. Each hour of travel per day. Oh, okay. Each hour of travel per day past 8 hours accrues a cumulative plus 3 DC. So the third check will be 3 higher. Okay. That works. That worked. All right. So I'm gonna need 3 checks. The first 2 are only DC 12, and the third one is DC 15. So who will give me a check for these traveling?
I can give one.
All right. The top skill for this is obviously survival, but you could try to bullshit some other reason why your skill is good for traveling.
Athletics. Clearing stuff
Okay.
out of the way.
Well, clearing stuff out. Okay. All right. A nation ravaged by storms that doesn't have a good highway restoration program. Sure. All right. Give me your athletics check. All right. A 24 is 10 or more over the travel DC. So that would be 2 successes. Nice. All right, so we skip to the third one, which is DC 15. Who is going to help us with that?
That needs to be a turn in survival. Yeah.
I'll say I could either survival or I could keep a good eye out.
Oh, keep a good lookout. Uh-oh.
But survival's the favored one here. We'll go with a survival check.
Sure. DC 15 survival. Gasp. All right, so you crushed that as well. Fast travel, man. Do they think there's going to be a group of clerics, fighters, and wizards that don't have skills? Probably. In a normal game, there's not this many high-skilled people. Fantastic. You guys make it well, we'll see if it gets modified at all. You gain 3 windfalls. I will take the first 3 D-hundies that I see.
I'll throw out one.
Okay. Well, I got 3. Let's see the first 3. A 65, a 58, and a 20. Okay. 65. Okay, that's pretty cool. So along the way, you find a torch left in the road, half buried in mud, still burning. That's kind of cool. Does anybody approach the torch?
A half-burning torch in the mud.
Well, it's still burning pretty well, but it's
Sir
very...
Arthand, would you get that for me?
Of course, milady. And he shambles over, and he picks it up, and it's a torch. He brings it to you.
Thank you, Sir Arthand.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything unusual about this torch?
I mean, yeah, sure. Give me a crafting intelligence. That's the thing we do in our games because I play too much Pathfinder. Give me a crafting intelligence. Okay. Holy shit, Anna. It's not consuming itself.
Cool.
Which is, yeah, it's an burning torch.
Does it generate heat?
It does. So it can also deal. Yeah, you don't want to put it in your bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. If only you had a torchbearer.
Well, we need like one of those Pathfinder 2 items called a shield sconce that I could just put the
shield
torch
sconce, good shit. That's good shit. You head
Maybe
into a
Kresik
town.
has one. Yeah, exactly.
Isn't his name Arthand?
It is. It is. Arthand, would you please hold this? I believe it is magical.
Milady, I would gladly carry your magic light and guide us to greater glory.
Oh, that makes her feel fantastic.
Okay. And then you hear him quietly say,
Though nothing burns quite as bright as thy beauty.
But only somebody with passive perception 15 or higher would have heard that.
Tiernan sort of chokes. Oh!
Beautiful. Let's see. All right, so it's just a torch that has no charges, so it just lasts forever. Fantastic. that's fun. That's
So
a cool
he's
thing to
retrieved
find.
the magical item, right? Like that's one of the things on his checklist of becoming. a
Oh,
hero.
that's adorable. Yeah, he's got a Zom 100 journal. He's got 100 things he has to do before he becomes a hero. Now he has 99, so it's good stuff. Good stuff.
He got 99 problems, but a magic item ain't one.
Yeah, number 69. Get kissed by a maiden. Just throwing that out there. I don't know if you guys want to steal his book or not, but man.
Oh, that one may go unsolved. He's not going to find that in this party.
That's actually pretty cute. I might have the AI generator give me a list of 20 things that an undead squire might want to do that he couldn't have and that he didn't achieve in life. See what comes up on the radar. It could be adorable. Thank you for that idea, Lex. That's a brilliant idea. I'll take another DM inspiration.
There's
All right,
only so much I can do with these.
Let's see, 58. Oh, mystical fog. Okay, that doesn't really help, but it says if there would have been the next encounter that would occur during this fast travel is ignored. That would have been good on a longer trip, because
You're
there.
revenant.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, it hasn't been 24 hours yet. That would occur on this journey is ignored. Well, the thing is, remember, if you get fails, they don't like cancel each other out. So you get boons and penalties for this, and some of the penalties do spawn random encounters. So I think this is more like a chance of canceling that out. And then we got a 20. Anyone interested in a boon? You can roll a d20. The highest number will gain this boon. I mean, all boons are good, right? Everybody should be rolling for this. Hey. Let's see. All right, looks like Tiernan with a 17. All right. Everyone, the day is clear for maybe 15 whole minutes. And as it is, and you reach the Raven River Crossroads, looking to the south, east, you would see Mount Gackus in all of its glory. And like Ash witnessing Ho-Oh in the first episode of the Pokemon anime, you can see the very small, almost imperceptible silhouette of the rock taking flight.
Doing?
Hi.
Okay, so your soul sings from this incredibly majestic sight, and you gain Boon of the Diviner. Until your next fast travel, you may replace one d20 roll with a nat 20.
Nice.
Good job, the Seeker.
Nice. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, paste that in. I had to make it an actual thing in the game so we don't forget about it. There we go. Okay, and that's it. You guys arrive at Krezk, which I think I archived because I didn't think you were going back. So hold on a sec. No, I still got Krezk. Sweet. Krezk. And I'll advance the clock 9 hours. And I need everybody to give me a Constitution DC 10 versus Exhaustion. All right. If you did not hit 10, you either lose well rested if you have it, or you gain a point of exhaustion. All right. So let me drag Tiernan out just so I can apply this boof. All right. Cool. And
I love
then-
this picture here. This one's so cool looking.
it's such a dumb thing to think, but I'm like, it'd be so cool to build this in Minecraft. Like,
It totally would.
yeah. It just feels like a Minecraft build when you look at it, like up on the mountain and everything with this weird hexagon wall situation, cute little like Skyrim cottages. You definitely play with the Skyrim skin pack when you do it. Yeah, I mean that'd be cool. All right, so you are bringing many undead to Krezk. You are on good terms with Krezk. How do you proceed with your many undead peeps?
Trying to convince the guards that we'll keep them on leashes. Not actual
All right.
leashes, but we'll keep an eye on them.
Okay. Let's see. They recognize you as friends of the Burgermaster, and they let you in, but they are not as warm and gracious as they were before. This is the roleplay fantasy all Forsaken players long for. You are too spooky and undead for the living to feel comfortable around you.
It's
All
fine.
right.
We won't be staying long.
Okay, so it doesn't take long for Burgomaster Dmitri Krezkov to seek you out. And he says, what news have you brought?
We went to a few places. And keeping it short, said that we had an audience with Lee Wagner, all the stuff that kind of transpired there. So he seems to still be gunning for Krezk for whatever reason. Then we went to Argon Vosshalt and may have a way of getting allies to go up against the Dark Lord, but there's some things that we're gonna have to do. But unfortunately, your boy Shane has sustained a couple of injuries, so he's gonna need to stay here for a little bit.
Shane does the peek around the corner and meekly wave, looking all kinds of fucked up.
He gives you a stoic man nod. Tiernan and anyone with training and insight, you see immediately that Burgomaster Dmitri is full of concern for him. If you don't have training and insight, he just looks like a hard motherfucker. Like, shouldn't have gotten hurt, idiot. It's kind of, if you don't have insight. All right, he says, well, you're welcome to stay at the hospital until you are recovered.
Thank you, Dimitri. I appreciate your hospitality.
The conversation is made awkward by the yellow exclamation mark above Dimitri's head.
Be careful with that thing.
He says, oh, this? Well, let me tell you. Since you've been gone, my hunters are being attacked.
Werewolves again?
No. One witness survived and returned. She described a mocking laughter that chilled her heart and still pursues her in her waking dreams. She's to say, speaking of one of the cold shoulders, I think. We have rejected them from our town 3 times, and as is their nature, they cannot enter. For, as socialists, all own all of the town. And he gets a big shit-eating grin. Like, take that, vampires. Not only do we drink holy water, but since we're socialists, the whole fucking town is our house. So you can't even get past the front gate, bitch! Anyways, he says, they seemed increasingly more upset at our refusal to allow them inside or to parley with them, or their disgusting mistress, Wagner.
If there's anyone who's trained in insight, at the mention of the cold shoulders, Darius is tense, and he seems like he wants to fight.
Zaluka pipes up like an NPC that you didn't want their opinion, but they always got one. They've always, not saying Lizelle, not naming anyone, but then they say, we can ill afford the time to hunt on their behalf. We have many burdens of our own that must be attended to. The rescue of my husband, for one. Not to mention these revenants who require our aid in a very limited amount of time, and our second best hunter is out of commission. She motions to Shane.
Second best.
She looks at you like, obviously I'm the best. What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, what? Are you fucking serious right now?
If the cold shoulders
Who
are
needs
here,
to rest? You, bitch. That's
True. Yeah.
if they're here, Zaluka, it means we can take them out now, and we won't have to worry about them interfering when we try to rescue your husband at the castle.
He lets out a long belly laugh and says, with tones of ara ara, and she says, "Do you think I am fearful of the cold shoulders? Failed adventurers who are enslaved to the Dark Lord? Please. I have seen you fight. They are as nothing, especially with my guidance. As your pack leader, I cannot approve of such an activity. A waste of time."
Zaluka, they've
Isn't it-
killed some of our pack. We need revenge.
I don't know if
The
I
me-
agree with the pack leader part, but she does have a point. We do have quite a few things that we need to take care of. And honestly, we're going to run into them at some point, and they're going to get theirs. We don't need to go out of our way to go hunting for them, as much as I'd like to.
You see all NPCs appear above Darius's head when he says that. The idea of wandering around in the northwestern forests, trying to find elite vampires, just doesn't vibe with your team, who really want to do, the cool quest stuff that you have. So
You said that they can't enter the town, so as long as people are watchful of what they're doing, the cold shoulders shouldn't be a problem for them. They're a nuisance. They're not a problem yet, right?
he gives you a look that says, "We have lost 5 hunters. And in a very short amount of time. I would not say that they are a nuisance. If my hunters and lumberjacks cannot use the forest, we are essentially a town under siege."
We would be helping the people of Barovia, Darius. Is that not a noble effort? She says that out loud in front of everybody.
Oh man. The
Old
Burgermaster looks at Darius like, "Dang, bro, she should call you out like that." Esmeralda looks uncomfortable, but she's kind of at a point where it's like, who fucking cares? Let's just break all the eggs, make the big we win omelet, and just call it a day. Because there's only so much good you could do without making any progress.
I agree with Anna. Krezzik has shown us great kindness.
I think step 1 is get Shane fixed up.
The cold shoulders are aligned with Von Holtz and Lady Wagner. So if we put them out of commission, that does put us on their bad side. You willing to do that, Shane? And he looks you
I think
dead
that
in
as
the
long
eyes.
as we kill all of them, they don't need to know that it was us.
True. And until I'm healed, I can't do much of anything.
We can make some noise, hopefully maybe draw them towards us and away from the town. That's an option. But I mean, if you want to go hunting in the forest, trying to find them.
So Izzy kind of clears her throat, and she says, "I'm sorry, but aren't you a sovereign nation of Barovia? Don't you pay your taxes?" And Dimitri looks at her, and he nods. She says, "Yeah, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but did we not hear repeatedly that is the most important part of life in Barovia? Is you take care of the settlement that you are burgomastering, and you pay your taxes. Those are the two big things, right?
No harm to children, no harm to pets, and yeah, pay your taxes.
And no violent crimes against women, blah, 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 right? Yeah, I mean, I like that part. Yeah. It made me think that who was going to be a lot better than he was. But, Dimitri, could we not... Please don't get mad at me, guys. Couldn't we just send word to the Dark Lord that this is happening? I mean, if you are... This would be a sign of where he's at, right? If he ignores his own way of doing things, I mean, then we at least know where he's at, right? Like how unhinged he is.
I don't think he's gonna act. He allowed the druids to raise up a fucking tree to go try and
they're
level
attacking
Valakai.
hunters and lumberjacks, surely they would attack any messenger on horseback.
I mean, she kind of turns in the general direction of Anna, and she says, I mean, Anna, you're back. You seem to have a good rapport with him. Do you think we can send word to him, or?
Of course.
And you guys who are trained in insight know that Izzy will not go hunt down the Cold Shoulders with you. She will not go.
Figured.
She will leave the fucking party.
Yeah, there's too much trauma with that.
Yeah, she's grasping at straws here to find reasons not to go. But I mean, Anna, it feels good to be recognized as the best diplomat in the party. You know what I'm saying?
Izzy's my favorite NPC in this group.
Yeah.
That switch from last session.
Queen recognizes Queen. You know what I'm saying?
That was a different character.
Oh no, new Anna.
Izzy, would you be able to craft a message to the Dark Lord on my behalf and explain the situation?
She said, I mean, with help, sure.
Then we just have to figure out how to get it to him.
Esmeralda looks very thoughtful. While she liked the idea of hunting down vampires in the woods, because, I mean, that's what she's made for, she's also very thoughtful about this. She says, Anna, I have a question for you. This report they speak of, I have not seen it myself, but I have heard that you dined with the Dark Lord. How did it make you feel? What do you think he wants?
He told us during the dinner that he wanted us to help the land, and we're doing so.
Interesting.
He was very appreciative of what we had done, and we returned that appreciation in kind. He was very gracious.
But these Cold Shoulders, we know, are his vassals. Vampire spawn have no free will of their own if they've been commanded by their master.
And I will send him a message and request that he withdraw them from this area.
as you kind of point that out, Izzy says, but that is gonna, well, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. I was gonna say that is gonna really piss off Lady Walkner, but I think that we have burned that bridge to the ground.
I mean, she's lower on the totem pole. If what he says goes. Then what he
This
says
is definitely
goes.
going to the regional manager over the manager's head.
There's no one else worth dealing with Anna except the actual manager. Lady Fiona's concerns should stay within the walls of Valakai.
Esmeralda has now lit her pipe, so you know big thinking's happening. And she says, could we have dinner with him again?
Of course, I was thinking of inviting him.
It feels like everything that we all want. We are unsure when is the right time to get it. Perhaps if we had a bit more insight into this man.
Well, the last time we dined with him, he got inside both my and Anna's heads and kind of turned us against each other. So sure, this should be fun.
Okay. Burgomaster Dmitry Kreskov listens to this exchange, and he is both impressed but also troubled.
But
And he says, "You would do this on behalf of my people?"
Of course. Who wouldn't?
As you say, who wouldn't? He looks up the mountain at the very ominous monastery. And then he kind of looks back at all of you, and he nods, and he says, feel free to stay here as long as you need to. I have matters to attend to. Please keep your more exotic companions well away from busier parts of town.
Dimitri, one last thing. And for those with insight, you know he's probably going to mention the fact that he's currently being hunted by a revenant, so if anyone wants to stop him. Okay. Good that your walls are closed and strong, but I have to be honest with you that I have incurred the ire of a revenant myself that is hunting me and will not stop.
He looks confused, and he says, "What would you have done to garner the ill will of the paladins of Argynvostolt?"
They decided that we were the enemy, and were clearly going to attack us. So I saw a very heavy chandelier hanging above them, and decided to shoot first.
Damn, dude, it ain't Catholic confession. He didn't need all that. He says, that seems a strange reason to swear an oath of vengeance against someone. And that's when Sir Arthur Borwin, who ain't no simp like a certain squire, speaks for himself out of turn without permission. And he says, not all in our order are of a sane mind after centuries of warfare. I do not excuse their behavior, but I want you to know that we too, representatives, he motions to himself and the squire, do not represent such ideals. Your people will be safe. I guarantee it.
I only say this because of the risk it may bring to your walls, and I know they will hold out, but I don't want you to be alarmed.
He says, if I cut down such a revenant that arrives at my gate, will I incur the wrath of all of Argynvostolt?
No, it would likely just be that same one, but it is already sworn to me, so I believe I am still the singular target of vengeance.
If such a creature arrives, I will have
Fire.
I'll have my sharpshooters deal with it. They have deadly aim.
They will need to finish it with fire, and that will delay its return for at least another day, I believe.
Okay. He nods.
I will leave as soon as I am healed.
Okay. I mean, it seems good enough for him.
All right, that's a weight off his chest. He didn't want to, incur the risk of, is the only father figure he has.
All right. So you get dropped off for Magic Hand Spa, essentially.
Oh
That's where
yeah,
Shane
you are
said it,
very
yeah.
tense.
How much money are you going to need?
All right, so Crash, how much?
They
can
can't get
she
rid of
do in one day?
injuries. They can only get rid of wounds and
okay.
exhaustion. Wounds and
So I
exhaustion.
need 40, or excuse me, 80 gold because I have 4 wounds. So I need 80 gold.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that wipes
But
out all of
if you're of good alignment, she lives a humble monastic life. So this 80 gold is going to be reinvested into the infrastructure of Kretzig. Generally, anyone here with special talents that has a way to earn more than like the working wage or living wage that you get paid in the socialist society, they almost all of them put that money back into the community, except for Cock Heckler. Cock Heckler keeps all the money for himself. He lives over at this house right here. He's the master gunsmith.
Yeah, we didn't visit him last time, even though
Yeah.
we kind of thought about it. Well, I mean, if Shane's gonna be resting here, he can visit the guy.
All right, so this is going to be like Shane leaves the party, appears in the UI, and then will he return? ... Got it. Okay. Then I guess you guys would settle in for the night, yeah?
Yeah, because it's pretty late, isn't it?
By
'cause
the
it
time
was-
you're done talking to the burgomaster and stuff, it'll be close to sunset. Yeah.
Yeah, may as well take a long rest here.
Okay. All right, so staying in the hostel lodge over here, you guys would settle in and gain the benefits of a long rest. Because there's no party or festival going on, there is not really any chance for carousal. All right.
Wow.
Shane,
I do have a feature for carousal.
oh, you can cause some carousal. I see. Oh my goodness. Shane, you are being tended to, and I don't know your emotional response to it, but I know that like getting a very good, very skilled massage, it can make some people just like break down. As they kind of feel that tension leave, as they feel that individual attention being given to them. How does Shane react to this, to being essentially mothered, nurtured, cared for, having those like essentially the poison that kind of like gets bound up in your body as you put it through all these turmoils is sort of released.
Yeah, so Shane is one of those guys that kind of compartmentalizes everything and just tries to shove it down, and then it just all gets let out at once. That last happened when he confronted Darius and talked the most he's ever talked in front of people before, I think. And that's when he kind of last let everything out about, like, what happened with Mackenzie and everything else. And, so I think right now he's just, I don't want to say dead inside, but just... he's kind of going through the motions, but right now, like, massage, it feels great on his muscles. It's helping him, which is, very therapeutic, but I don't even know. Like, he's probably, like, she's, making attempts at conversation, and he's like, but yeah, he's probably just there but not present.
Okay. All right. There is still a shop. You should be able to search for it in Actors, Kresik General Goods. So if you do need to buy and sell, that should be working. And then, yeah, I guess you guys would settle in for the night, and we would progress to the next day. Unless you
Tyrion-
do go carousing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go carousing. Tyrion
Oh,
and
shit!
Daniel, how are you guys doing on files and stuff?
We could probably use more.
Yeah. If you need to get some, go for it.
I'm decent on. I've got 12 flasks and 4 vials.
Unfortunately, we're broke adventurers. Gotta find some place to get paid. But yeah, if there's anything, go for it. And what's the roll for the carousal table?
Oh, the carousal table uses the very rare D223. Okay, a 9. Let's see. Ooh.
And,
Okay.
fix my thing on Kresik.
Wow. APL. Okay. So, you get up to some rowdy shit. Give me a D2.
It's a coin flip.
Yeah. Okay. When all's said and done, you end up breaking some laws and having to pay some fines, which come to 20 gold per APL, so 180 gold. You have lost either the gold, or if you don't have the gold, enough goods to equal that much. You got a major setback.
Better kill another NPC.
So, how much will we get if we go kill the cold shoulders?
Oh man, I mean, it's a pretty big bounty. I think it was like 250 gold per vampire head.
Oh,
There's what? There's 6. There's 6 of them. 7 if you count the dragon.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
You also, worse than costing the party 180 gold, trigger another quest.
Perfect.
So,
what is it?
After carousing, you got hungies for bones and grave dirt. So you went to the graveyard and you started digging people up.
It's not Dimitri's family.
So, when you were caught, you were digging up the grave of Burgomaster Dmitri Kreskov's daughter. But what was very mysterious is the body had already been dug up.
I think we informed them that that the body was gone.
But it wasn't known to the people. So now there's rumors circulating through the town that you and your allies have either stolen the body, did something with the body, or, based on the revenants with you, animated the body. And you guys feel all of your Kresik faction go down a bit.
Okay.
All right.
Fucking.
Shane will remember that.
Darius looks at the notification. It sends it to unread.
All right. So another quest would be clearing your name in Kresik, because now there are rumors and speculations that you guys practice necromancy. And they cannot believe that the burgomaster let you go with 180 gold fine and didn't just kill you for desecrating the grave of his daughter.
So for selling items, it's half.
moving on.
It's half the value, right?
Yes. Because I'll
It's a
assume that
trade
you did
good.
all your buying and selling before you tanked your Kresik faction. No.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of some of the stuff that I have here that's gonna be sold.
We gotta eat, you know? Let's see. A shield sconce. Yeah, they should be able to make a shield sconce. It's not like the hand economy in 5e is as strict as Pathfinder, but yeah, I got you. Yeah, so they can add a modification to a shield that could hold it for maybe a gold.
Okay, our gold is getting pretty slim, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
that before we get fleeced.
Okay.
So we have 90 gold of rare herbs sitting in the cart. I think that might get sacrificed, Darius, so
Yeah.
feel free to swag it. It's sold weapons.
I was gonna sell
Rare
my-
herbs like gems would keep their full value when sold.
rare herbs.
So you wouldn't have to sell those as half. So you would just have to delete and add the money because the vendor doesn't know to like pay you full for herbs and gems. He's always going to pay you 50%. I'm sure I could have automated it with very specific items to be a certain amount, but you know, sometimes you just don't need to dig the ditch.
I have a locate animals and plants spell scroll I could sell because I also just have access to that spell anyway.
Mm-hmm.
How much do spell scrolls sell for?
Well, a lot of people don't use spells, but I will check. Because it would be a curiosity, which could carry some value with the Vistani, who, if they, you know, start trading with again, would be really good. So, let's see. Alright.
I'm gonna sell 3 alchemist fire and a healing potion for 100 gold.
You're gonna sell a healing potion?
Hey, it's my fuck up. I'll sell a healing potion.
Alright, you can sell the scroll for 30 gold. The spell scroll.
Alright, done.
Okay. The person that buys it thinks to themselves, I can buy so much tobacco with this from the Vistani. Once trade over again.
Actually, I'm gonna sell all 4 of my alchemist fire for 100 gold. So that'll make up. So there's 80 that needs to be made up. How do they feel about dynamite?
Dynamite's rad.
How much would it go for? Because I don't think there's a pricing on it.
Let's see. Here in Kresik, where they understand black powder, this old sweaty dynamite might not be that appealing to them, but I will check. Oh, nice. Thank you, 5e. It's up to the DM. Alright. I would say that for the dynamite, they'd be willing to give you 1 gold per stick. Because it's something that they could make themselves if they really needed to. They just don't do, they just don't do any mining anymore, so.
So are we selling those herbs or not?
What herbs do we have?
The 90 gold.
Essentially, it's like the I'm trying to remember the name of it. The residuum of like herb crafting. You know what I'm saying? It's just it'll be whatever herbs you need for a recipe that you have 90 gold. Which is a pretty good find. and I believe you found it as part of like a random encounter. So you guys are going to have significantly less random encounters with fast travel. But if you don't have something to use it on,
Was anyone going to be doing crafting? Is what I would ask. Otherwise, probably keep that.
The only crafting I have is the cooking stuff, but I don't need herbs for it.
yes, corpses.
Darius gets bone soup very often.
Through this thing. Sure, ground receipts. 5 each. We have grounder seeds that could be sold. I don't know if anyone's using those for anything. We have one out. Well, maybe not. We have 14 elm bark. And you said those are sold for full value? For ingredients?
Well, the herbs would, yeah.
Well, I'm looking at some of the other ingredients we have, like elm bark and grounder seeds.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. That stuff would, yeah, that could sell at its full price.
Okay.
Especially since, trade is shut down, and, so any kind of commodities like that, they would be very happy to get a hold of.
Goes down 100. Tiernan, you said you were selling the scroll for 30.
Yeah, I already added that in.
Okay, so then if we sell
This week,
6
Curse of Strahd Daybreak. Accounting.
if we sell 6 elm bark, which are 5 gold,
Don't feel
each,
too bad.
that's 30.
Don't feel too bad.
I mean, it's my
Nightfall had been limping along for so long. They had just never really had a chance to catch their breath. So when they finally got to Krezk last week, they spent like 2 hours just resting, regrouping, buying, selling, crafting. Yeah.
Okay, so Darius sold 4 alchemist fire, that gets to 100 gold. Tiernan sells a scroll, that gets to 30. And then if we sell 6 elm bark, that gets us to a 30. That's 180 paid.
Okay. So that morning, the morning after, one might say, where you guys are dealing with the consequences of Darius's actions, which is starting to, be a theme of taking him to towns. Anna Krezkov, the Lady Burger. Let's see. She arrives at your guys' place where there are 2 Krezk guards across the street and 1 sniper on the roof of the building across the street. Because now you guys are very sus. And she does kind of knock upon the door, and she seems unafraid of you and your unusual allies. And she says, I just got done speaking to my husband. I understand that he has levied a tremendous fee against you for your profane act.
That's on me.
And then she says,
Yeah, Tiernan just sighs heavily.
she says, I understand the amount is great. It was done so because he wants the people to feel that you were punished. And he is also angry that the secret of what has happened might be discovered.
we know the truth. I ask, before you leave, to go up that mountain and find out what happened to my daughter's remains. If you can do this, I will cover this fee and do all I can to sway the people's heart back in your favor. And if you require more gold, then I will find a way to get it to you.
No,
I
it's
am tired of not knowing what happened or why. Please, before you leave, it is a miracle to see you twice. I don't know if you'll ever return, but I know that while you're here, I will be selfish and I will make this request.
Darius would just hold up a hand. Kind of did. It was my fuck up. Consider it done. And he just heads out the door.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, rest of the party?
Hell yeah. And it follows Darius.
Whoa! Oh my god, this game going in so many different directions. Okay. So you guys start heading across town to head up the mountain to go to the Abbey? Is that right?
All right, let's give it a shot, I guess.
Now, she said she wants to know what happened to the body. I'm not going there to pick a fight, just to figure out what's going on.
You might pick a fight with us.
But likely, yeah.
So good news, there's a healer in town.
So Shane, are you still? So you're gonna stay on bed rest?
No, I'm getting massaged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I am no use in a fight right now.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Oh damn. All right. So 7 o'clock in the morning, you pack your shit and you start heading up the hill. Tiernan, you're Peter Tingle. You hear all of the folks of the town. Instead of singing that French song about Belle being a peculiar girl, they're singing about you guys being grave robbers and necromancers, and now you must be going up the hill to seek appeasement of the Morning Lord. Anyways, I'm not going to sing it to you, but you can let your imaginations, music theater of the mind that. Anyways, you guys begin heading up the hill. All right. We still got a little time on the clock. A little bit. 3 minutes. Let me see. Do I have to pull? You know what? I do. I have to pull it out of storage. Hold on. This one should work coming out of storage because it was set up. Anyways, it'll work. That's what he tells himself. All right. Abbey of Saint Markovia. Alright. I could probably read you some flavor text on your way up. Let's see. Because it is going to take a minute for all the maps to import. Wow. Is this where you guys thought you would be at the end of this session?
No.
When you logged into play today?
Yeah, this was our plan the whole time.
No.
RNGesus. Damn. Okay. Let's see. Krezik, special areas, Abbey. All right.
I mean,
Are
we
we
can learn more about the abbot, learn more about his healing powers. If we ever go back to Valakai and talk to Lady Walkner, we could report what we learned.
All right. So look at this. Look at this sexy shit.
Just trying to find silver lining in this shit.
God damn.
I got it. You guys kill the abbot. Shane heals. Shane becomes the new abbot.
So let's see. You guys would be entering scene in the bottom left, and you would be following the road. I'm assuming, because you ain't fucking Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, who just climbs everything. So you guys go up and around to these gates. This gatehouse right here. And
As you approach the gates, you would hear the strange, almost animalistic honk shoes of two medium humanoids sleeping inside the guard stations. The metal gates are closed, locked, and barred. And I guess at the gates of the Abbey is a good time for us to call it. Woo! All right. Oh, here, we'll end with this flavor text. The road from the village climbs above the mist to the wide ledge on which the Abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings, to either side of which stretches a 5-foot-high, 3-foot-thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. Blocking the road are iron gates attached to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be locked and barred. Viewed through the gates, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings are joined by a 15-foot-high curtain wall. A belfry protrudes from the rooftop of the closer north wing, which also sports a chimney billowing gray smoke. All right, so that's where we'll stop off. Okay, let's take you guys back to the dashboard. And spicy.
God damn it.
Listen, it's all good. It's all good. Look at how many people you have with you. You got so many NPCs, so many powerful allies. You could kill anybody in the world. You got nothing to worry about, nothing to be afraid of. Though I mean, there are consequences of any fight. Some might say. Sometimes you get a boo-boo or two, make you fall down, scrape your knee. Peter Griffin kind of grabbed the shin, but you know, you bounce back. Always do. Or you don't, but you know, whatever. It's all good. So, you also get a bumper sticker. We're running out of room here. Have you guys been everywhere in the world by now? Let's see.
We haven't been to the mountain the rock's on.
We've
That's
had the
not-
res.
Here we go. The Abbey of St. Markovia. I might have to go and shrink some of your stickers down to make more room. I don't know. We'll put this one right here. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so quick announcements. The only interruption of service that I foresee for our game is Easter Sunday. So that's the downside of playing on Sunday mornings. Is we will not play on Easter. For those of you who celebrate Christian Easter, I guess find some good eggs, have a great time. For those who celebrate real Easter, find some good human sacrifices, bathe in their blood, live forever. So,
What could be better than slaying creatures of the night on a Sunday?
Well, I will check to see if I actually have anything going on Easter. But my gut instinct is to say we're not going to play on Easter.
Yeah.
But if all of you are heathens of all faiths, and you don't celebrate Zombie Resurrection Day, then I guess we could play. But I'd have to check. I have to check my calendar. But I'm going to tentatively say we're not going to play on Easter. Other than that, I don't see any interruption of service, because even though my day job's going to get real busy in May, super busy in May, that never impacts the weekends. So only holidays are a real threat right now. What else? Dom posted a new game. If you guys want to play some Pathfinder, that's going to be on Tuesday nights. You can apply for that. What else? Someday I'm going to run Kingmaker. Been doing Kingmaker prep. I was a little lukewarm on Kingmaker when I started. I'm still reading the player's guide after like 3 months. But I'm starting to warm up on it. Pretty excited about it. So someday that's going to happen. Next Saturday, we're gonna play some Vampire the Masquerade in the evening. Same characters that we played in the last Vampire the Masquerade game. And then that afternoon, no one's going to stream it, but we are going to do some playtesting for a new 5e system that will be kickstarted next month by our own Lauren from Nightfall and the server. I don't know if there's more room in that or not, but if you are interested in trying out a no magic caveman Dungeons and Dragons setting, hit them up for more information or check the games listing channel. All right, does anybody else have any announcements before we adjourn?
Ramen the Frostbane with Orpheus on Fridays. That's all I got.
All right, sounds good. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Sunday, has a good week, and next week we finally meet the Abbot. Oh, buddy. All right, have a good day, guys.
God damn it. Thanks for running. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.
This is fine.
I'm proud of you, Lex. I'm proud of you.
Fuck my life.